My dear friends, Star Wars Celebration is drawing to a close. We had a ton of updates, from The Mandalorian and Grogu to the Sean Levy movie coming in 2027, Ahsoka Season 2 Star Wars Visions. There was so much exciting stuff. And today Lucasfilm have revealed the next celebration isn't going to be in 2026, but the year after that, 2027, and it's going to be in Los Angeles, California. And I will be there, my dear friends. That's right, Star Wars Meg is coming to America. America. It probably doesn't sound right in a British accent, but you know, I'm excited to be there. I've been to LA before. I was there in 2009. But with Star Wars Celebration drawing to a close, the excitement isn't done. Andor Season 2 is in 2 days' time, and the first reviews have been rolling in. The social embargo is up, and that means outlets and individuals who had screeners for the 12 episodes have been sharing their thoughts. As you can imagine, there's been a lot of praise. The first season is often considered one of the best things Disney Star Wars ever did, so there was a certain pressure. Would Season 2 live up to it? Well, according to many of the reviews we're about to look at, it's better. Now, I just want to put out a disclaimer. When it comes to social media reviews, before a show drops, this ain't my first rodeo. I do not doubt for a second Andor Season 2 is going to be amazing, but a lot of these early media reviews are often very biased. And a really good tweet put out by the YouTuber Eckhart's Ladder says this: "Don't trust early social media reviews, not mine or anyone else's." He then cites what happened in 2019. People coming out of The Rise of Skywalker said folks were whooping and hollering. They're a vehicle for emotion, not nuance. It's so easy to get caught up in the hype, and they tend to be more positive and more praising because they want Disney to give them screeners in the future. They want to stay on their good side. So with that in mind, take everything with a pinch of salt. But I will clarify based on things I've heard, things I know. I'm sure Andor Season 2 is going to be amazing. But just keep this in mind. So no more jibber jabber, let's see these early reviews. So we're going to begin with Darren Mooney. He's a member of the Online Film Critics Society, and he says this: "Andor Season 2 is phenomenal. Andor is the best franchise television show since Star Trek Deep Space Nine. It is easily one of the 3 best Star Wars things ever. The second season is thoughtful, methodical, ambitious, literate, best thing I've seen on TV this year." And I don't doubt that. I think the second season's gonna rake in a ton of awards. But something that stands out, something which you're gonna see as a common theme throughout most of these reviews, is people saying this is the best thing Star Wars has ever done. Literally ever. Some say this is the new Empire Strikes Back. I don't know if I can imagine myself saying something like that. It would literally have to be like my biggest Star Wars fan dream. Having seen the first episode, and based on some spoilers I've heard some of the best things that are coming, I just can't imagine myself putting this up there with the original trilogy. Let's wait and see. Our next review comes from Hunter Balding, writer, editor, producer of that hashtag show, and he says this: "At points, watching Andor Season 2 you can draw parallels, or what I describe as, this is too real, to our own situation in the world right now. It's raw, intense, and while different from Season 1, it is just as excellent. Episodes 8 to 12 are some of the best TV ever." I have a hunch he's talking about the episodes that concern the Gorman massacre. This next one comes from Justin at Geekcentric. "Andor Season 2 is a masterclass, all caps, in slow-burning storytelling. Grounded, gripping, and deeply focused on the personal sacrifices behind the rebellion. The structure is ambitious, sometimes uneven, but ultimately powerful. This is proof Star Wars thrives on genre, not nostalgia. And I respect this review because it's balanced. It provides some criticism. Reviews aren't just meant to be glaring praise. They're meant to have feedback, constructive criticism. In this case, the review says, the structure is ambitious and sometimes uneven. He's not alone in saying this. A couple of folks I've heard from have mentioned one of the arcs ends in a very strange place. Eric Daibo Kane from Forbes said this: "I've just finished watching the entire second season of Andor. It's absolutely phenomenal. All I can say is that it's extremely well crafted. Not just some of the best Star Wars ever made, but some of the best television, period." Again, very big claims. The next review is from Adam Cyanica, who in his review highlights the Empire's cruelty, and he says this: "Andor Season 2 is a masterpiece." Again, very similar language to some of the other reviews. Not just the best Star Wars, but one of the best series in years. Emotional, intense, ambitious, deep, and intelligent. A powerful look at how dictatorship works. One of the story arcs is a 10 out of 10, and again, I suspect it's the Gorman massacre they're talking about. A breathtaking show of the Empire's cruelty. And this final sentence, makes me think the leaks are true, and the really vile thing that we spoke about is in the 3rd episode. That's what some people are saying, and it only gets more intense from there. And Tony Gilroy wasn't afraid to say he wants to show the horrors and reality of war, and that's not going to be pretty. So a breathtaking show of the Empire's cruelty, well, that is a very powerful way to word it. Our next review comes from Jermaine Lucia, IO9 and Gizmodo, and he says this: I've seen all of Andor Season 2, and it's both Star Wars at its absolute best and a triumph of storytelling in general. I cried, I cheered, I laughed, I gasped. It's smart, sophisticated, propulsive, entertaining, and hugely resonant. Adjective, 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 adjective. Everything you could ever want. I'm just being facetious. I'm very excited for Andor. I think it's going to be great. I hope all of this is true, but again, they said similar things for The Acolyte. They said similar things for The Rise of Skywalker. I'm a bit cautious. I'm sure Andor is going to be great. It's my favourite Star Wars Disney Plus show, but is it going to be up there with the original trilogy? I don't know. I'd love to be able to say that. Time will tell. Andor Season 2 is the best Star Wars story since the original trilogy. Yes, I'm serious. The plot is a masterful, timeless mirror to our own world, yet it gives us intense action and haunting performances from Diego Luna, Adria Arjona, and Genevieve O'Reilly. I'm blown away by it. Okay. This guy, Joaquin Teodoro, says, having watched the entire 2nd season, I can say it's a masterpiece in its entirety. We need a little word counter at the bottom of the screen. The word masterpiece is nearly in every single review. And Joaquin says, it's even better than the 1st season. Complex, deep, emotional, and full of nuances. Mon Mothma stars in one of the best scenes in the entire saga. Now that comment has definitely got me excited. Is he talking about Mon's speech to the Senate? Mon Mothma is going to have her time to shine, and I'm here for it. I'm so excited. Culture Journal writer Jordan King said, it's mature, it's naughty, it's uncompromising, and it's emotional in ways you won't see coming. And that arc, astonishing. The ways you won't see coming, I know what he's talking about. I'm being cheeky, I'm teasing you guys. I know what he's referring to. It's right at the end, and yes, it's gonna change how you see everything. It might even have implications for the Mandoverse. You never know. Alright, so I saved the best for last. Maggie Lovett from Collider.com. Social embargo is up, and I can finally share I've seen the entirety of Andor. This is the best Star Wars that has ever existed and will ever exist. I'm not being hyperbolic. I don't know, I'm a huge fan of Andor, but that is a very bold statement. This series was everything, she says. You'll see everything I've poured into my lengthy review next week, but Diego Luna and the entire cast and crew have created something that will stand the test of time. Timely, heartbreaking, inspiring, perfect. Yeah, well, I'm excited. Very much looking forward to this. You can catch my review and breakdown on Wednesday. I can't wait to share it with you guys. But how do you feel about this? Are you looking forward to the first 3 episodes? And are you excited by these reviews? Share your thoughts in the comments down below, my dear friends. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, check me out on socials, and may the Force be with you, always.